Wait. Other way, Jerry. Other way, Jerry. There you go. So here's a question for you, Jerry.
Okay.
You've got both the everything's on that one sheet, right?
Yes.
Why don't you fold the book?
Yeah.
That way you have less flying around.
Yep.
That make more sense?
So,
There you go.
do you have the name of the coach for Black Hills?
No, I do not. I can see if I can find it, but I don't think I'll have it.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, stop it. And then Black Hills baseball team. Yeah, no, I don't have it.
Okay.
I have another thing I can try.
I can Google it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, there. Well, there's an easier way than Googling it. No, that's not going to help me. This is new. Great. Come up with it yet?
Not yet. No.
Not yet. Okay.
I'm on their website though.
Wonder why you're here.
Gee, long time no see. How are ya?
Did they? Gene Bond. Gene Bond. Make sure that's the right name, though. I think that's what I heard.
Gene Bond.
Let me double check that.
Okay. Good.
I'd like to confirm.
Okay.
No. Huh. Well, Bond may be right. Oh, go away. All right, well, we'll go with it. Alright. That's not going to work.
hunting and fishing. His future plans are to be a firefighter and paramedic. His favorite memories are taking batting practice with his dad in the backyard. He's most proud of graduating high school and getting a job as a wildland firefighter. His advice for future players, just remember, baseball is a game and should never be more than that. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Thank you, Boston. Come on, Boston! We're also welcoming Zane Scott, who plays right and left field for us. He is going to be escorted today by his grandparents Mason and Kathy Ward, and Father Jim and Sister Divinity Scott. His hobbies are playing golf and riding dirt bikes. His future plans are to go to trade school for automotive and diesel pathway and becoming a high school shop teacher. His favorite memory is getting his first varsity hit during a tournament in Vancouver. The accomplishments he's most proud of is qualifying for Golf 3A State qualifier after only golfing for less than 2 years. His advice for future players: try to learn from your shortcomings and learn how to improve from them. Thank you, Zane. Finally, we'd like to welcome our catcher number 2, Jackson Ward. He's escorted tonight by parents Todd and Darcy Ward, grandmother Pam Ward, Uncle Scott, Uncle Kevin, and Aunt Tina. Other hobbies include football, baseball, National Honor Society, video games, and hanging with friends and family. His future plans are to play baseball at Blue Mountain Community College and continue studying to become an engineer. His favorite memory is going to state as a freshman. He's most proud of becoming a collegiate athlete, and his advice is to always find something to be happy about. Thank you, Jackson. Let's get another round of applause for all of our seniors and their dedication as well as their families.
This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
The following presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason County Public Health and Human Services Prevention Education Partners Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition. Mason PUD 3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge. Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Highclimber Field on the campus of Shelton High School in Shelton, Washington today. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, continues coverage of high school spring sports with Evergreen Conference baseball featuring the Shelton Highclimbers and the Black Hills Wolves. My name is Diedrich Allen, stumbling over my own words, and joining me for this broadcast is Jerry Apple.
Hi, Diedrich.
Hi, Jerry. Well, we just about missed the whole ceremony for the three Shelton Highclimber seniors. That's if you did just joining us, Jax Ward, Boston Madison, and Zane Scott just honored a few moments ago. Shelton comes into today's game with a 7-10 overall record, 6-6 in the conference, Evergreen Conference that is. The Highclimbers are coming off Wednesday's 4-3 loss at WF West. Black Hills is 2-12 on the season, 1-11 in the conference. The Wolves played at the Bearcats Friday and lost 13-1. This is the second meeting of the season for Black Hills and Shelton. The Highclimbers took the first meeting on April 18th, 2-0. That game saw only 3 hits between the two teams, with the Wolves out-hitting the Highclimbers 2-1, but that one hit was enough to propel Shelton to victory, obviously. Coming up, Jerry has the lineups and batting orders, and of course we have the first pitch. I have down here, Shelton also recognizes his seniors today, but we already mentioned Jax Ward, Boston Madison, and Zane Scott. Can we mention him again? Jax Ward, Boston Madison, and Zane Scott. Jerry, who are those three seniors again?
They certainly deserve a lot of recognition, and that is Boston Madison, Jax Ward, and Zane Scott.
All right. It's Evergreen Conference Baseball, the Black Hills Wolves at the Shelton Highclimbers on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Kids learn by watching adults, so consume cannabis out of sight of young people. And be a Mason County kid's greatest influence. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and the Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being made possible by Mason Health, United Community, Empowered People, Exceptional Health.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
What is gig speed internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you that it's marathoning movies on your favorite streaming service with no interruptions, or having the grandkids over and not hearing a single complaint about your Wi-Fi. In other words, it's just what you needed. Switch to gig speed internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
And we are back here at Highclimber Field. The Black Hills Wolves at the Shelton Highclimbers today. A beautiful day, Jerry. What is it, 72?
Yeah, 72 game time temperature.
Just a few high clouds out there. Nothing at all to worry about for precipitation at all. So let's talk about baseball, Jerry. Before we get into lineups, I want to talk about what's the possibility coming up here for the Highclimbers. They have a pigtail playoff game if they can win 2 games in the next 3.
Do you have to win both?
I think they can get away with 1, but I think better if
to
they
get
get
2. Yeah.
That would send them into the pigtail game against Mountain View and Vancouver on Friday at 4:30.
Is that the third team out of Vancouver?
That would be the number 3 team from the Vancouver, the Greater St. Helens 3A League. Yeah, it's a pigtail, so they're fighting for that 3rd spot from the Greater St. Helens League.
Gotcha.
So We plan to be there. I have to make all the arrangements, and obviously it has to happen on the field before we can, but I want to get ahead of it. So
Sure.
And so that changes everything we were planning on doing on Friday, doesn't it, Jerry?
It does to a certain extent,
To a certain
yes.
extent, yeah. Anyways, let's talk about this game and
Lineups?
the lineups. Go for it.
Okay, first for the visiting Black Hills Wolves under Coach Gene Bond. Leading off will be the shortstop, Cooper Parkinson. Batting second for the Wolves will be the left fielder, Blaine Thomas. Batting third, the center fielder, number 12, Lincoln Brannon. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 24, Trent Spencer. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 2, Hank Venable. Batting sixth will be the third baseman, number 5, Brody Lavery. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 16, Jesse Keith. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 26, Jake Langen. And batting ninth for the Wolves will be number 25, the right fielder, Adley Goebel. The pitcher tonight for Black Hills, although he will not be batting to start with, will be number 10, Elijah Simpson.
Okay, before you move off of Elijah for a moment, he pitched versus Aberdeen on April 29th. That was an 11-3 loss. He went 7 innings, 11 runs, 7 earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and faced 36 batters.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Okay, now for the home team, the Shelton Highclimbers under Coach Trevor Cahoon. Leading off will be number 1, the shortstop, Carl Turnbow. Batting second, a senior left fielder, Boston Madison. Batting third, the catcher, number 2, Jax Ward. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 24, Cam Winans. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 7, Jacob Jacoby. Batting sixth, the right fielder, a senior, number 30, Zane Scott. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 9, Zane Harding. Batting eighth, the pitcher, Daniel Croson. And batting ninth will be Gunnar Jensen, who is going to be playing third base.
Okay.
That's your starters for the Highclimbers.
So Daniel Crossan's last outing, he pitched against WF West on Wednesday. He only faced 2 batters. Unfortunately, got 1 walk and 1 run was charged in that outing. I think that was one of those, let's get him out of here, walk him in thing, you know, and just get him, yeah. It's not a good outing for him on that last Wednesday, but, you know, it's kind of hard coming in with face just 1 or 2 batters cold.
It is. I've been impressed with him.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
I've been impressed with Daniel.
What's the statistic you told me before the game?
It's a great statistic. He has thrown 40 strikeouts compared to 1 walk. You know, and watching all the college games that I have and major league games, I've never seen that good of a ratio. That is excellent.
That is a really good ratio. See how he does today. As we mentioned, the Black Hills having a tough season this year. Walking in, the coach was walking in at the same time, and the Shelton athletic director was with us, and he just was saying, yeah, it's just been a tough season this year, and hope to make some changes for next year.
But they play 2 games in a row, and it would make Black Hills season if they were able to knock off the Highclimbers 1 or 2 games.
1 of 2 games. Yeah, they have. It's going to be a tall order to knock
Yeah,
the
it will be a
Highclimbers
tall
out.
order.
I was just thinking about that, talking to Scott Chamberlain, the athletic director. Even if, because Aberdeen's, you know, right below Shelton, and even if they tied in the end of the season, Shelton has the tiebreaker, and they would still go.
And they won 2 out of the 3. Is that how that worked?
Yeah,
Dietrich?
2 out of the 3 games.
Okay.
So that's all we know at this point. But right now, we know that the Highclimbers need to win today, tomorrow, and they have 1 more on Thursday where they face they play at Tumwater. Then they get to Friday's game. That's going to be a tired bunch of guys by
It sure
Friday.
is. They were hoping to play
on Saturday.
On Saturday to give their players a little bit of rest, but those things just don't sometimes work out that way.
It's too bad, but they have to get through the next 2
they
games.
They do.
Maybe they can upset Tumwater. That would be interesting too. But we're looking way ahead. You got to get today. You got to get tomorrow. one game at a time, as they say. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Hopefully we'll have the first pitch between Black Hills and Shelton on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
Kids can't tell when food or drinks include cannabis, especially when the package is fun and colorful. Remember to store in a safe place, out of sight and out of reach. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV powered by HCC is being made possible by Mason Health, United Community, Empowered People, Exceptional Health.
What is fiber internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you it's just internet. Internet that can do whatever you need. Crystal clear video chats with the family, smooth streaming of your favorite shows, uploading a ton of vacation photos in an instant. Even all of the above, all at once. Switch to fiber internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months of gig speed service. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
Kids learn by watching adults, so consume cannabis out of sight of young people. And be a Mason County kid's greatest influence. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This presentation on Mason Web TV powered by HCC is being brought to you by Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935.
And we are back waiting for the start of this game between Shelton and Black Hills. Lineup cards being exchanged at home plate, Jerry. You look like you have something to say.
Yeah, I was just going to mention the prevention summit that was held last Friday at the Skokomish Tribal Center, which is a beautiful, beautiful center. Went very well. 102 people in attendance.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought Ben Johnson and Abe Gardner did a great job. My hat's off to them, and it was a good conference.
Sorry I missed it. Had something come up at the last minute, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's very important stuff. Just leave it at that. There was some concern going in that they weren't getting the attendance numbers that they originally thought of. And,
yeah.
I mean, 102 you said. Wasn't there, for some reason, 118 stick to my mind about last year's summit. So
last year was a little better attended, but still, 102 is really good.
Yeah,
especially when you have another conference being held near that time. And the people that go to these conferences get clock hours and things for their job, and so they got to sometimes make a decision which one they want to go to.
Right. And why wouldn't you come to Mason County and go up to the Skokomish Center and that beautiful facility out there?
It is such a beautiful site.
Well, we're about ready to get the lineups announced here at the stadium, as well as the national anthem, and we will just keep it here for just a moment, Jerry. It's not quite time. Let's see here. Hey, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has been providing live video broadcasts of high school athletics since 2012. If you or your business would like to be a part of one of our broadcasts, we have sponsorship opportunities starting at just $15. It's $15 a game. You can find out more. Email masonwebtv@gmail.com. You can also check out masonwebtv.com. There's a little page down at the bottom that says advertise on Mason Web TV. You can get some details there as well.
We sure appreciate our sponsors.
And we're starting to get into that expensive part of our season when we got to get into playoffs. Not that we're not going to go do them, but it does make it a little easier.
It's appreciated.
We're going to take a quick time out. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD 3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a down power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a down wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a down line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a down line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
With all the question marks and uncertainty that surrounds today's real estate market, it is nice to know that there is a local team that has the experience with all types of markets to ensure you make a sound decision, whether selling or buying. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has been a staple in the Mason County community for over 40 years. Feel free to reach out to Jeff, Andy, Chrissy, or Laura with any real estate questions that you may have. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
What is gig speed internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you that it's marathoning movies on your favorite streaming service with no interruptions, or having the grandkids over and not hearing a single complaint about your Wi-Fi. In other words, it's just what you needed. Switch to gig speed internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
And we are back here waiting for the first pitch between Black Hills and Shelton. The Highclimbers are in their all-white unis today. Apropos for the sun and the weather, Jerry, don't you think? And I think I should have worn a white shirt myself, but no. So Daniel Crossan on the line, on the mound to pitch for the Highclimbers today. Talked about his last outing, not the greatest outing, but he only faced a couple of batters. In one of those situations where, might as well just chalk it up, right?
Was that against WF West?
It was.
Okay.
And just getting everything prepared. So we are ready to get things underway as warm-ups are going through by Crossan, throwing that fastball. Just a reminder, it's Jensen, Turnbow, Harding, and Winans from third to first. In the infield, outfield, Madison, Jacoby, and Scott. The outfield left to right. And, of course, Jax Ward behind home plate. What are we going to do without a Jax Ward behind home plate next year? Man, why? It's like he's been here forever.
He's been here for 4 years, obviously.
Obviously, his memory, as we heard in the beginning, is one of his best baseball memories was going to the state in his freshman year.
Was that in Yakima?
I believe so, Jerry.
We had fun at that.
Yeah, we did.
I think one of the games we had to wait for a while because there was a thunderstorm.
Thunder, yeah.
And anytime you have lightning, you have to wait 45 minutes before you can start the game again.
Thunder. Every time you heard a rumble, it's 20 minutes, starts the clock. And if there's another rumble, they have to start that clock over. We were talking to the officials about that. And that was very frustrating because you don't know what's going to happen. So we're ready to play some ball here, Jerry.
We sure are.
Black Hills coming up, I think. Where's your leadoff batter there, Jerry? I don't see him.
Well, he's about ready to step in, I think. I think.
Me too, yeah.
It'll be number 1, the shortstop, Cooper Parkinson.
And Cooper was 0 for 3 against WF West on Friday in that 13-1 loss to the Bearcats. They're running with second place in the league here. Actually, is it a 1 or is it 11? It's an 11. That's interesting. That's just double. Yeah. He's wearing number 11. No, there he is. Okay. I seen 11 come out of the dugout, but that's not who's coming up to bat. So here we go, Jerry.
Okay.
First pitch to Parkinson. It's going to be low for ball 1. Crossing the righty on the mound. Next pitch on the way is a ground ball chopper, a little shallow there, and Gunnar Jensen will throw it across from third to first for out number 1. So 1 away for Black Hills.
And now up is number 11, the left fielder, Blaine Thomas.
And Blaine was 1 for 2 against WF West on Friday, if you were interested in that. So 1 out, nobody on for Black Hills. Second batter in the lineup. First pitch on the way, fastball, a little foul off for strike 1.
Oh.
Kind of ricocheted around there, didn't it?
He's on first, hit pitcher.
Oh, did it hit him?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just done.
It went off of his.
Must have ricocheted off. All right. So 1 on, and here's number 12.
Yeah, Lincoln Brannon, the center fielder.
He was 0 for 1 on Friday. So 1 on and 1 out for Black Hills. First pitch in there for a ball. It just serves me right for looking down, Jerry. You need to look up.
We all have to look down once in a while in our scorebook or tablet
throw
or whatever.
over to first. I'm sorry, Jerry. Throw over to first, and the runner gets back safely. 1 on, 1 out. 0-1. 1-0, I should say, shouldn't I? Next pitch on the way. In there for strike 1.
Jax Ward has quite an arm as a catcher. Be interesting to see if Black Hills tries to test that.
I'll do it early. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. That's strike 2 by Brannon. So 1 and 2 the count, 1 on, 1 out. Runner at first base in Thomas. Here's next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on a high one. That's out number 2 on the first strikeout.
And now up is your cleanup hitter, the designated hitter, number 24, Trent Spencer.
Trent was 0 for 1 on Friday. So 2 out and 1 on. Runner at first base. Here's the first pitch to Spencer, the DH. Fastball on the way low. So 1-0. Crossan looks back at first base for a moment. Pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball chopper right back to Crossan. He'll glove it, throw to Winans for the out. And that will do it for WF West here in their half of the first. Shelton coming up, no scores. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
And we are back here for the bottom of the first inning. No score. Shelton coming up.
Leading off for the Highclimbers here in the bottom of the first is number 22, shortstop Carl Turnbow. I've been very impressed with his ability to play shortstop. He has great range, great arm, and has done well behind the bat, batting.
He has Carl on Wednesday, was 1 for 2, hit a triple, scored 2 runs. Also pitched. We'll get into that if he gets to the mound today. But current Turnbow will step in to face Simpson. First time today. Scoreless, bottom of the first. Leadoff batter in Turnbow. Simpson taking his time. Here comes the ball. Going to be high. Oop, popped out of the glove. So 1-0 to Turnbow. What did Jeremy Myers call him the other day, Jerry? The best baseball player ever.
I know. That was kind of neat. That was a neat compliment.
Here's pitch on the way. Outside and high ball to.
He was so excited after the game when he was talking to us.
That game, yeah.
I said, well, good.
You know, it's nice to have good friends like that. Back you up regardless.
Yeah, it is cool.
Here's the 2-0. To Turnbow from Simpson. Another high one, so 3 balls. That just was funny to see, you know. The big smile and his attitude was just awesome. He's a good kid, Jeremy is.
Yes, he is.
So was Carl, for that matter. Turnbow was showing bunt, and Simpson will step off.
It's just neat to be able to watch players throughout their 3 or 4 years of playing or participating.
Elijah Simpson gets the signing once. Here's the kick and the throw. Outside and a leadoff walk for Carl Turnbow. You know, if I'm a pitcher, I do not want to see Carl Turnbow on base at all because he's just a bother.
He intimidates.
Oh, he's a bother. He just keeps dancing around there. He's challenging to the throw.
Now up is number 4, a senior, Boston Madison, left fielder.
In Boston, unfortunately, he was 0 for 3, but he did bat in a run on Wednesday last week against WF West.
I'd like to have seen that game.
Here's a throw over to first, and Turnbow goes back safely. Nice swipe over there by Langen. Just Turnbow's already back. Another look over at first base. Turnbow takes his lead. Boston Madison waiting for the first pitch to him. Here it comes. Ooh, hit that outside corner for strike 1. So 0-1, nobody out, 1 on. Turnbow over at first base for Shelton. Bottom of the first, no score. Here's another throw over to first. Turnbow slides back safely.
Makes it a little harder for the pitcher to concentrate.
Turnbow takes his lead again. Hasn't been a pitch. There's only been 1 pitch to the plate. Runner goes. Throw to second. Turnbow slides in. He's safe. And
give him a steal.
Yeah. So 1 runner in scoring position. And that pitch was a ball. So 1-1 the count to Boston Madison with Carl Turnbow on second base. And he's going to take his lead. Now he's going to be right in the peripheral vision of
the shortstop
of Elijah Simpson, which really he likes it there more than he likes anywhere else. Here's a pitch on the way. Outside, line drive, right into left field. That's going to score 1 as Turnbow turns third. Here's the throw into the cutoff guy, and he slides in safely. And there's an RBI single, and the Highclimbers lead 1-0. As Carl Turnbow scores from second, and a runner is on first base.
Yep. Nice single by Boston Madison, and now stepping in is your third hitter, the catcher, number 2, Jax Ward.
Nobody out, 1 on, 1 in for the Highclimbers here. Put the score up wrong on the scoreboard, Jerry, for some reason. That's interesting.
Yeah, that might happen, but kind of early, I think.
There's a throw over to first, and Madison slides back safely.
They changed it.
They finally got it. Well, they still put the wrong column. That's all right. Jax Ward, he was 1 for 4 and scored a run on Wednesday against WF West. 1 on, 1 in, nobody out. Runner goes, ball in the dirt, and there's a stand-up steal for Boston Madison, Jerry.
So 2 steals in a row, and now we have another runner in scoring position.
And that first pitch was a ball. I'll get that updated here. And we finally fixed the scoreboard. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's fouled off for third base line. No play by Trevor Cahoon over there. Just kind of watched it, made sure it didn't come his way, right? So 1-1 to count, nobody out. 1 on, 1 in. Boston Madison at second base for the Highclimbers. Jax Ward at bat. Simpson looks back at second. Here's the kick and the throw. high for ball 2. 2-1.
Yeah, no outs.
Oh, yeah, good point. I didn't say that, did I? Nobody out. 1 on, 1 in. 1-0 ball game. Jax Ward with 2 balls and 1 strike on his count here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball. Left field. That's going to go up against the fence. Madison rounds third, heads home. Jax Ward has an RBI double. Jerry stand-up double, and it's 2-0. Highclimbers.
And Boston Madison comes in to score the second run for the Highclimbers. And now up, here's your cleanup hitter, the first baseman, number 24, Cam Winans.
And Cam was 2 for 2 with a double and a couple of RBIs. Is that right? Yeah, 2 RBIs on Wednesday last week against WF West. Here's his first pitch. Runner at second base and 2 in, and Simpson steps off to get Ward back to second base. Here's the pitch on the way. Outside. Venable was ready to throw to second base, but Ward did not even budge, really.
Yeah, Jax Ward also had a good year in football.
Yeah, he did. So 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out. 1 on and 2 in for Shelton here, leading 2-0. Pitch on the way. Inside to Cam Winans for ball 2. Like Cam Winans' story here, Jerry. Last year was in Eastern Washington, the last couple of years. Now he's back home where his dad did coach one point in time. Here's the 2-0 to Winans. Swing, and that one's fouled off. Strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Cam Winans. No outs, 1 on, 2 in. 2-0 ball game, Shelton on top. Jax Ward at second base. Winans waits with anticipation as Simpson's taking his time. There's a check swing. Going to be low for ball 3. So 3-1 to Cam Winans. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And that's going to be high, and that puts Winans on first base. So 2 on, nobody out, 2 in.
And that's the second walk given up by the pitcher, Elijah Simpson. And now up is number 7, the center fielder, Jacob Jacoby.
And Jacob was 1 for 3 against WF West on Wednesday. He walked once.
I've been impressed with Jacob in his, well, all the outfielders and infielders, his ability out there in the field.
He's got a meeting on the mound as Coach Bond is out there to talk to Elijah Simpson here early. 2 runs are in, 2 on for the Highclimbers. And we have a timeout at the moment. If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give us a like on your favorite social media. You can follow us on, we'll use the handle at MasonWebTV to find us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. And we are now on Blue Sky Social. You can use that handle on Blue Sky Social as well. And feel free to follow us on that. If you're not familiar with Blue Sky Social, you need to check it out, Jerry. It's a lot like X is, but the way it used to be when it was Twitter. Just a little more friendly looking, I think.
Yeah.
So, here we go. Jacob Jacoby at bat. 2 on, runners at first and second. Winans at first, Ward at second. 2 in, nobody out for the Highclimbers. Here's kicking the throw. Just a bit low for ball 1 to Jacoby. Ball came in pretty fast, just a little bit low. Maybe Simpson's getting settled down now. Got a little rattled earlier. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Simpson again looks back at second base. Ward kind of dancing out there. Throws it. There's a swing and a foul off by Jacoby. 1-1. Jacob Jacoby. Getting 2 on, nobody out. 2 in, 2-0 ball game here. Bottom of the first inning. Shelton on top and at bat. Jacob Jacoby. Winans at first. Ward at second. Throw to second. Ward. Nice little spin around by Simpson, Jerry. Just got a little jump and twist and through, but Ward got back quickly. Winans also back to his bag. Winans has a bigger lead out there at first base than Ward does. And a 1-1 count to Jacob Jacoby, the batter for Shelton. Here's the pitch on the way. High, ball 2, 2-1. 2 on, 2 in, nobody out.
And Jacob is the 5th hitter in the lineup this inning.
Simpson takes his time. Gonna step off.
You know what's speeded up the major league games is they have a certain amount of time to pitch. 30
pitch
seconds.
clock, yeah, the pitch clock.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to institute it here in high school ball just yet. There's a lot to do, a lot to deal with. Here's the 2-1 to Jacob Jacoby from Elijah Simpson. Oh, strike on the outside corner. That's 2-2. Wow. Just hit that corner right at the knees.
Nice pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 in, nobody out for the Highclimbers, leading 2-0. Bottom of the first, though, not the second. Here's the 2-2. High. Ball 3, so the count goes full to Jacob Jacoby. Cam Winans at first. Jax Ward at second. Again, nobody out. And 2 runs have already come home. Here's the 3-2 on the way. Swing, and that'll be strikeout number 1 for Jones. And 1 away for the Highclimbers now.
No, he's...
Oh, did he? Did he get a piece of that?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. Let's just stay.
Yeah, he fouled it off.
Did he get a small piece of that? All right. Jerry's on top of it like he usually is. And I'm just off looking at my devices. So the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, and 2 on. Pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's popped up over to the first base line. In play. Nope, off the clubhouse. Langen tried to get to it.
Well, Jacob Jacoby is making the pitcher, Elijah Simpson, work
a little bit. Let's see.
The
Simpson,
pitch count is interesting.
Yeah, 23 pitches right now for Simpson in the first inning. Getting nobody out and 2 on, 2 in, 2-0 ball game. Jax Ward is second. Cam Winans at first. Jacob Jacoby, the batter, for the Highclimbers here. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball right field. Coming in to grab it and snag it. It's going to be the outfielder there, Goebel. Record the out. Throw into first, and they got Winans as well as he didn't get back, so that's 2 out. Wow, so 2 out quickly. So Zane Scott will come in.
Yeah, Zane is the right fielder, number 30, and he's a senior, the 3rd senior that was recognized tonight.
And Zane was 1 for 3 with a double. And Simpson will step off. 2 out, 1 on, 2 in. Jax Ward still at second base for the Highclimbers here. No, he's got to come all the way in and put on his gear here if he doesn't come home. Zane Scott with 2 down. Here's the pitch on the way. Scott hits a fly ball. That's infield, and going over to get it will be Jesse Keith, and that will end the inning, but the Climbers get 2, leave 1. We head to the second, 2-0 Shelton Black Hills coming up on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
And we're back here for the second inning of play. 2-0 Shelton.
Yeah, the Highclimbers had 2 runs on 2 hits. There was no errors. There was 1 left on base. There was 2 walks given up by the Black Hills pitcher. And Boston Madison had an RBI, and so did Jax Ward. They both had hits too.
Right, Ward had the double. Is that right? He had a double?
Yes, he did have a double. That is correct.
Okay, just double checking. So leadoff batter here for Black Hills.
He is Hank Venable, the catcher, number 2.
He drew 2 walks against WF West on Friday. I don't like the stat 0 for 0. I just don't like that. He drew 2 walks. His first pitch to Venable, he swings and he pops one over the head and dropping in to right field for a base hit. Zane Scott up with the ball now. But Venable's on first base after 1 pitch. So 1 on. Nobody out.
And now up is number 5, the third baseman, Brody Lavery. Second hitter of this inning.
Yeah, and boy, don't have him on my numbers here. I know he's here. I think it's 25, Jerry, isn't it? No, he's not. Never mind. I know he's on here. He's on there. He bunts it up the third base line, scooped up there by Gunnar Jensen. Throw to first, and Cam Winans records that out. So 1 out. But on the play, Venable makes his way over to second base. Boy, they're going quickly, are the Wolves here.
Yeah, and now up is number 16, the second baseman, Jesse Keith.
And Jesse was 0 for 1 against WF West. I know why you said that Brody Lavery's number was 5.
Was I wrong?
It's actually 37. You get mixed up on the position, I think, Jerry.
Let me see here. Okay, you're probably right.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brody's number 37.
There's a swing and a foul off first base line.
I don't know how I got it.
Oh, you know, it's just Keith at bat. It's okay, Jerry.
Thanks for correcting me.
Well, I was just wondering why I couldn't find him, but I saw the 37 as he came back in. It's like, oh, that's why. So we do have a runner at second base for the Wolves. Here's a pitch on the way. Strike 2 called. Right at the knees. So 0-2.
Yeah, Hank Venable is out at second base for the Black Hills.
Jesse Keith waits for the 0-2 from Daniel Crossan. Looks back at second, throws the plate. There's a fly ball that's headed out there to right field on the run. Reaching up and grabbing it for the out is Zane Scott. And Venable holds it at second base. So 2 away for Black Hills.
And now up
I have that 2 down.
is number 26, the first baseman, Jake Langham.
And Langham, 0 for 1. Holds the bat high, I see. Right up around his head. 2 out, 1 on. Runner at second base. Here's the first pitch to Langham. He'll ground that one right over, foul off first base line. So again, Venable at second base. 2 out. Langham on the mound, a step off by Crossan, and Venable slides back to second base safely. No throw. So 2 out, 1 on for Black Hills in the top of the second inning, trailing 2-0. There's a pitch on the way and a ground ball. That's going to go foul at the first base line. 0-2 to Langham. His hands up by his helmet, Jerry. It's an interesting way to hold the bat. My grandfather taught me how to bat. He didn't teach me that. Pitch on the way, high, ball one.
Diedrich is so well organized, and all of his prep work before the game and all the things he has to do, it makes my job a lot easier.
Yeah, Jerry's only not giving himself enough credit. He gets the lineups. Here's a pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And that'll do it for Black Hills here in the top of the second. Head to the bottom of the frame. Shelton coming up. They're leading 2-0. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
What is gig speed internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you that it's marathoning movies on your favorite streaming service with no interruptions, or having the grandkids over and not hearing a single complaint about your Wi-Fi. In other words, it's just what you needed. Switch to gig speed internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
Kids can't tell when food or drinks include cannabis, especially when the package is fun and colorful. Remember to store in a safe place, out of sight and out of reach. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being made possible by Mason Health, United Community, Empowered People, Exceptional Health.
And we are back heading to the bottom of the second inning, 2-0. Shelton with the lead and coming to bat.
And now up will be number 9, the second baseman, Zane Harding.
And Zane, 1 for 3 against WF West on Wednesday last week.
Now batting, number 9, Zane Harding.
So I don't see any changes in the lineup for
I didn't
Black
see
Hills.
anybody come to the home umpire either.
Well, that's not usually, that's the proper way to do it, but not the only way to do it.
Okay.
Pitch on the way, Harding takes the ball outside. I'm just saying, sometimes some of these guys get a little lazy.
Can they go to the other umpire?
I think they can. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I'll have to check on that.
Here's the pitch on the way, outside again to Harding, 2-0. You know, all these little things you don't think about until the game comes. Can he go? I think the home plate umpire just probably wants it to come to him.
I would think so.
I would think so too. Unless they don't like the coach. Pitch on the way, outside, 3 balls thrown to Zane Harding. Leading things off for the Highclimbers here in the second inning. They're leading 2-0.
Because he has the lineup sheet.
Right. Here's a pitch on the way. That did come in as a strike, as Jerry would say. Zane was taking. Yeah. I'm starting to understand that philosophy now, Jerry, that you've explained it to me many, many times over the years. Here's the 3-1 to Zane Harding. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and the count goes full. Elijah Simpson settling down a little bit here on the mound for Black Hills. First batter here in the second pitch, and a pop fly. It's over there at first base. Langan under it in foul territory, and that is out number 1. So 1 down.
And now up is your pitcher, Daniel Crossan. And Daniel is pitching so far he has a 1-hitter in 2 innings.
Well, Daniel was 1 for 2 with a double against WF West on Wednesday.
He also has 2 strikeouts.
1 out, nobody on for Shelton here. Bottom of the second. Here's the pitch on the way. Strike in there.
That dropped right in
that
there.
Did drop.
Yeah.
Crossan even ducked and it still dropped. Trying to get draw that walk, but nope, it's strike 1. Daniel holding the bat. He's holding it pretty high around the helmet too. Pitch on the way. Going to be low, and that hit the knees that time. Strike 2. So 0-2 to Daniel Crossan. So 1 out, nobody on for Shelton here, leading 2-0. Here's a pitch on the way. Inside and low. Ball 1, 1 and 2 for Mr. Crossan. I don't know, maybe I'm going to have to notice this a lot more, that they're holding the bat really high up.
Yeah.
I've never noticed that before today. Here's pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball. That's hooking foul off the first baseline. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to Daniel Crossan.
Most of these pitchers are throwing in the 70s, but boy, I don't know if I'd want to do that when you've got a pitcher that's throwing in his high 80s. But I don't know.
I don't know either. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's going to be a ground ball foul at the third baseline. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to Daniel Crossan with 1 out. Nobody on here in the bottom of the second. A 2-0 ball game. Here's the 1-2 from Simpson. Swing and a miss. And that will be, well, throw over to first, just to make sure that's out number 2.
And it's good to run it out just in case somebody throws, the catcher throws it erratically or something. And now up is your third baseman, number 9.
Number 13.
Number 13, the ninth hitter in the lineup, Gunnar Jensen.
See, you did it again. Put the position, I don't know, that's not even the order in that time. Gunnar.
Oh.
Yeah. He got hit by a pitch there, and I was just going to say that Gunnar was 1 for 3.
Okay.
But he heads to first base after being hit by a pitch.
And now up is Carl Turnbull. And Carl had a walk back in the first, had a steal, and scored the first run for the Highclimbers.
So 1 on, 2 outs. Turnbow will step in. Gunnar Jensen at first base for the Highclimbers. He takes the lead there. Here's the first pitch to Carl Turnbow. Swing, that one pops up over my head, foul. I'm so glad that there's a fence between us and the field. I really am, Jerry. I really am.
Plus, there's a little bit of a top there.
Well, there's that too, but I still am glad. Some of these balls come in so fast you don't know. They're coming. Runner goes, swing, and that one's fouled off. And unfortunately, Gunnar Jensen's going to have to head back to first base after that foul ball. Gunnar's like, really? I got to go trot back to first? Really? Come on. What are you doing to me? So 0-2 to Turnbow, 2 out, 1 on. Gunnar Jensen over at first base. Carl Turnbow is the batter. 2-0 ball game. Shelton on top and at bat. Turnbow will call timeout. Step out of the batter's box. Get ready to set for the next one. The 0-2 to Turnbow. Again, Gunnar Jensen at first base, taking the lead there. He's going to go again outside for ball 1. Throw to second. He's safe as the second baseman there. Keith kind of slid and ended up tagging the bag rather than the player.
And that's a third steal for the Highclimbers.
Oh, wait a minute. They're going to call him out.
What?
Okay.
I thought he was under the slide.
So did I, but okay. All right, well, that'll do it for the Highclimbers here in the second. We head to the third. 2-0. Shelton.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
What is fiber internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you it's just internet. Internet that can do whatever you need. Crystal clear video chats with the family, smooth streaming of your favorite shows, uploading a ton of vacation photos in an instant. Even all of the above, all at once. Switch to fiber internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months of gig speed service. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
And we're back to the third inning we go, Jerry. 2-0 Shelton. Black Hills coming up. Go ahead.
First thing I want to apologize. I should not try to second guess the umpire. Let them call it and then say it. So my apologies. Leading off will be Adley Goebel, the right fielder, number 25.
Adley, 0 for 1, walked once and scored a run against WF West on Friday. Scored that only run. For the Wolves, leading things off, pitch on the way. Strike one called. It's really nice of the umpire to come over and say hi to us.
It was.
Introduce himself. He's Chris.
I was trying to give him a handshake, but it just didn't quite work.
He tried to get a handshake from me, but I was busy pushing buttons. Here's a pitch on the way. It's going to be low ball 1, 1-1. Usually they kind of grump at us, you know.
Yeah, a little bit of
Sometimes, but not today.
No.
Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1-2 the count to Goebel.
And we've been impressed with the umpires overall.
Yeah.
They've done a nice job this season.
I have no complaints with these guys.
No.
Pitch on the way. It's going to be a check swing, but high. Ball 1. Ball 2, excuse me. 2-2. To double check my work here, Jerry. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Adley Goebel. Here's pitch on the way. Outside, ball 3. The count goes full. You don't see the name Adley very often, Jerry.
What?
Adley. You don't see the name Adley very often.
No, that's the first time I've heard that name.
Here's pitch on the way. Strike 3 called at the knees on the inside corner, and that's out number 1 for Black Hills in third.
And now up is your leadoff hitter, who is 0 for 1, grounded out to the third baseman back in the first. This is Cooper Parkinson, the shortstop, number 1.
Cooper steps in, waits for the first pitch. I have my graphics up. Let's get the graphics up. Take strike 1. So 1-1 to Parkinson. 1 out, nobody on for Black Hills. Here's a pitch on the way. And goes in for strike 2 called. So 0-2 to Parkinson. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And that's out number 2 for Black Hills. It's a 2-way.
And that's the 4th strikeout for Daniel Crossan. And now up is number 11, the left fielder, Blaine Thomas. He was hit by a pitch back in the first inning.
It's a 2-way. Nobody on for Black Hills here. Trailing 2-0. Now that was the final score against these two teams the first time they met.
2-0, yeah.
Pitch on the way. First one, outside corner, strike 1. Got a little paint out there, Jerry. First strike 1. So 0-1. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Boy, Blaine working hard here. 0-2. 2 out. Nobody on for Black Hills. Trailing 2-0. We're in the top of the third. Here's a pitch on the way. It's going to be ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on for Black Hills here. I'm not ready to get rid of this black thing, Jerry. It's just making it harder for me. My shade is being a problem here today. I don't know why. So Thomas steps back in, waits for the pitch. It's going to be ball 2. It's 2-2 the count. 2 out, nobody on for Black Hills. Here's next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and that will be that for Black Hills. 1, 2, 3 to go. We head to the bottom of the frame. Shelton coming up on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. it's not safe. If you see a down line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
And we're back here. There we go, Jerry. I'm sorry about that. Bottom of the third inning, 2-0, and the Highclimbers coming up with that lead.
Yeah, Boston Madison, like he said, is a senior. Had an RBI, a single back in the first, and had a steal, too.
Here's a pitch on the way. He swings, he pops one up. It's out of play, headed toward the mini dome for strike one.
And he also scored the second run for the Highclimbers back in the first. Boston Madison.
So 1-1 to Boston. Elijah Simpson still on the mound for the Wolves here. Here's a kick in the throw. That's going to bounce in and behind. Ball 1-1 the count to Boston Madison. Maybe I have to bring that back, Jerry.
Yeah, and Elijah Simpson has thrown, he's had two hits off of him.
Yeah, 42 pitches.
It's getting a little high.
Yeah, a little high here, third inning. Bottom of the third. Here's the 1-1 to Madison. It's going to be high for ball 2. 2-1 to Boston Madison. Leadoff batter for the Highclimbers here in the third inning in a 2-0 ball game. Shelton with the lead and at bat. Here's a pitch on the way. It's going to be ball 3. So 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Oh, that's typical for a leadoff batter, right, Jerry?
Yes.
Nobody out. Boston Madison, here's the kick and the throw. Swing and a line drive is going to be backhanded there by Parkinson. Throw to first, bounces in there, and they got him on the bounce. Oh, boy.
Beautiful throw.
It was.
And a nice catch by the first baseman, too.
Well, now they're not saying he's out.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I thought he's called him out.
I thought he did, too.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we're going to give Boston Madison a single on that. And so he is 2 for 2 and now up. Stepping up is Jax Ward, the catcher, who had a double back in the first.
Let's hold off here, Jerry, because they're talking about it.
A little discrepancy, huh?
Well, it looked like it's kind of hard to say off the bounce that it was an out, but that's what I thought I saw here. But coaching staff is arguing their case here, and I would have to agree on that. It's hard to get out on a bounce. I'm sorry, Jerry, to adjust something on you. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's
on this side.
No, I don't want to do that.
Well,
Get in the way.
I'll tell you, though, Cooper Parkinson just demonstrated a great arm.
He did, but it was a little bit low because it bounced in, and that's what I think slowed it up. Now they're still talking about it, and Madison is on first base. He's not going away. But they're going to chat it. The umpiring team's going to chat this out. He did call him out. That's what I saw. Now they're going to chat about it.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to second guess that time because I did see the
out call, which was very surprising.
And then
they're still chatting about it here. Now they're going to call him out. Okay. So, unfortunately, for the Climbers, that'll be 1 down. So 1 out, nobody on.
Yeah.
Jax Ward.
And now Jax Ward steps in, and he had an RBI back in the first to score the second run, and he had a double. He's 1 for 1.
Here's the first pitch to Ward. Drops in there for ball 1. Just going back to that out, Jerry, I just don't see how you, when a ball bounces to you off a hop, how you can not beat it. That's really my question, but
especially when you're having to go deep, having to go deep almost into the outfield to make that throw.
And that next pitch was really high. Ball 2. 2-0 to Jax Ward. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch on the way to Jax Ward. Outside, ball 3. 3-0.
So I think you will be taking here.
Okay.
That's a really sweet pitch.
Here's the 3-0. And hit the outside corner for strike 1. Jerry was right on that one, but wasn't that sweet pitch. Sorry, I have to stand up. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Jax Ward. 1 out, nobody on for the Highclimbers, leading 2-0 here. Bottom of the 3rd, pitch on the way. Outside, ooh, strike 2 called, so the count goes full. I gotta tell you, that was a curveball, Jerry. From my standing angle, I saw it better. Here's the 3-2 to Jax Ward with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a pitch on the way. And
nice eye.
There's a walk for Ward. So 1 on and 1 out.
And now up is your first baseman, number 24, Cam Winans. And Cam got on by way of a walk back in the 1st and then was involved in a double play.
Very odd double play, too.
It was.
It was a fly out and a throw out. That was just weird.
But it was a nice throw.
Yeah. So Ward at first base, he'll take a lead there. Pitch to Winans, he swings and he pops the ball over the backstop for strike 1. So 0-1 to Cam Winans. 1 out, 1 on for the Highclimbers here in the bottom of the 3rd, leading 2-0. Cam Winans steps back in. Waits for the offering from Elijah Simpson. Jax Ward at first base. Here's a pitch on the way. Ward goes in there. Throw to second on the hop, and Ward picks up the bag. He's safe.
And he got a steal.
He got another steal, and that was a ball, I guess. Is that a ball or a strike? It looked like it was a pretty good pitch, but 1-1 is the count. Ward at second base in that scoring position for the Highclimbers here. Cam Winans still a batter. He'll step back in. 1 out, 1 on. Ward takes a lead. Excuse me. Pitch on the way, swing, and that one's fouled off for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cam Winans. Winans waits for the 1-2 pitch from Simpson. Jax Ward, and the step off is Jax dives back to the bag. Just going to go back to the fact that Jax slid into second and had the base in his arms when he pulled it out of the ground. That was interesting. I'm on base. I'm safe.
You can't call me out.
Not true. He just wanted to put it back in the right spot. Here's a pitch on the way, and the ball gets away from the catcher, and Ward makes his way over to third base without a throw. So 2-2 is the count. Runner now at third base is Jax Ward. Cam Winans still the batter.
Yep.
And Hank Venable did a good job keeping that in reach, but just couldn't quite get to it in time to throw it to third.
Yeah, it was a wild pitch.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cam Winans. Here's a pitch on the way. High and inside. The count goes full to Winans. Again, Jax Ward at the third base. One out, 1 on. And a 3-2 count to Cam Winans. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing, he'll foul that one off the screen high. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good hustle there by Jacob Jacoby to get the ball.
Yeah, Cam got on by way of a walk back in the first.
Here's the 3-2 to Winans with Ward at third base. And that is ball 4. And that sends Cam Winans to first base. So runners at the corners for the Climbers.
And that's the 4th walk given up by Black Hills. And now up is number 7, the center fielder, Jacob Jacoby. And Jacob is 0 for 1, flew out to the right fielder back in the first.
So Jacoby steps in. He's got runners at first and third, 1 out. Ward's at third, Cam Winans at first. Simpson looks back at first. Ward dancing around there at third base. Here's the pitch, and it's popped up. And it's out over our heads, right behind us. And Jacoby was heading out there, trotting towards first base. So 0-1 to Jacob Jacoby.
What a beautiful field.
A few dandelions popping out there in the outfield. I tell you, they grow like in a day, don't they, Jerry?
Oh, they do.
Cut them down, they're there the next day. Here's a throw to first. Winans back safely.
I hate dandelions. I mow them in the yard all the time. Irrelevant conversation.
If you can't really tell, the infield here in Shelton is artificial. The outfield is grass.
Yeah.
So Jacob Jacoby steps back in, waits for the 0-1 from Simpson. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Simpson glances over at third base. Winans goes from first. Throw to second. It's like they're going to get him. Ball popped out of the glove of Parkinson, covering second, and Winans is safe. If that ball didn't pop out, Winans would have been out, Jerry.
He would have been, yes.
It popped out of the glove. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Highclimbers. Cam Winans at second, Jax Ward at third. And the count is 0-2 to Jacob Jacoby. Winans takes a lead there at second base. Here's the pitch to the plate, high and outside. Ball 1-2.
Yeah, Jacob Jacoby could break this game loose here. Got 2 runners on, like you said.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jacoby. 1 out, 2 on. Ward at third, taking a little bit of a step there. Winans at second. Pitch on the way. Inside and low. 2-2 the count to Jacoby.
Mm-hmm.
Wind blowing from our backs right now. Here's the pitch on the way. It's going to be throw to third base. Ward back safely. That was ball 3. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jacoby. 1 out, 2 on.
Yeah, nice try by Hank Venable, the catcher for Black Hills. Good arm.
Yeah. Avery in the right position, just Ward too quick to get back to the bag. So full count for Jacoby with 1 out and 2 on. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball center field. Coming in, driving in. Can't get to it. Ball is loose there in center field. Tagging up and coming in to score is Jax Ward. And give an RBI there, Jerry.
Yep.
As it makes it 3-0 as Ward comes in to score. Winans held at second.
Yep, and now up is number 30, the right fielder, Zane Scott. He's 0 for 1, flew out to the second baseman back in the first.
So 1 out, 2 on. Runners at first and second, 1 in for the Highclimbers. They're leading 3-0. Zane Scott waiting for the first pitch. Jacoby at first, Winans at second for the Highclimbers. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Scott. Throw to first, and he got back safely. Oh, that was dancing around there as Langen couldn't quite get the tag down. A lot of action there.
Yep.
After that strike. So 0-1 to Zane Scott. 1 out, 2 on, 1 in. Jacoby takes the lead at first. Winans second. Pitch on the way. Strike called. 0-2.
And Zane Scott is the 5th hitter here in the bottom of the 3rd for the Highclimbers.
Here's the 0-2 to Zane Scott. Pitch on the way. Just hit that outside corner, and strike 3 called. That's out number 2.
And now up is number 9, the second baseman, Zane Harding. He's 0 for 1. Flew out to the first baseman back in the 2nd.
So Zane with an eye and the Zane.
Yeah, I know. That's interesting.
So Harding will take
especially when they're hit back to back.
Back to back, yeah. So again, there's 2 outs now for the Highclimbers. 2 on, 1 in. Runners at first and second. Cam Winans at second. Jacob Jacoby is at first. And Harding is the batter, takes strike 1. I'm assuming that one of our umpires, his last name is McDowell, because Kathy McDowell just tapped me on the shoulder a moment ago. Pitch on the way. Ground ball, that's going to go foul. It's 0-2 to Harding. Haven't seen Kathy in a while. Former Shelton City Councilwoman, as well as the Shelton City Commissioner, before it turned into a council.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, yep.
And I think she's on the Arts Commission now for the city of Shelton, just to throw anything. And her husband is one of the umpires out here. Here's a pitch on the way. Fly ball, drops in, base hit. Center left, Winans rounds third, heads home. Jacoby heading to third. He's going to round third and head home. Nope, he's got to get back to the bag. Throw to third.
Got him in a pickle.
He's got him in a pickle. Jacoby's going to try to get by. They got him. But run does come in to score, making it 4-0, and that will do it for the Highclimbers here in their half of the 3rd. We head to the 4th, 4-0, Shelton leading. Black Hills coming up on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
And we're back with the 4th inning of play, Jerry.
Yeah, the Highclimbers had 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and there was 2 walks given up by Black Hills.
And it's 4-0 if we didn't mention that.
Yes, thank you.
Just to throw that, I didn't say that. It's my job.
Oh, okay.
And my bad, Jerry.
Number 12 is up now, the center fielder, Lincoln Brennan, and he struck out back in the first.
Takes ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Brennan. Leadoff batter for the Wolves here in the top of the 4th inning, trailing 4-0. There's a pitch on the way. Strike on the inside.
Nice pitch, boy, I tell you.
Gunnar Jensen having a decent day on the mound, as he always does. Crossan, excuse me, Daniel Crossan. I don't know why I said the wrong name. There's a pitch on the way. Good catch, Jerry.
Well, but they're both pretty good pitchers.
Yeah, they are.
So
well, I think I was.
It's okay to give
looking
them
at the infield there earlier, trying to think that there was a change in the infield. I don't see it. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss by Branning. 2-2. See, Jerry's here to keep me on task all the time, and he does that well. Otherwise, who knows what was going to happen.
Thank you.
Here's the 2-2. Inside and low. Ball 3. Count goes full to Brandon.
Daniel Crossan has 5 strikeouts so far in this game. Pretty good.
Only reason that I mentioned the infield, there's a swing and a ground ball foul up the third base line. Count remains 3-2. Is before the inning, Coach Cahoon was chatting with the home plate umpire. I thought he was making a change in something, but I don't see it. So maybe they're just chatting. So 3-2 to the leadoff batter for Black Hills in Brandon. Lincoln Brandon. Here's the kick and the throw, and that's going to be a strikeout and out number 1.
Yeah, and that's the 6th strikeout for Daniel Crossan. And now up is your cleanup hitter, the designated hitter, number 24, Trent Spencer, excuse me, and he grounded out to the pitcher.
Pitch on the way, swing and a miss for strike 1. They might call him Spence, Jerry. We don't know.
No, it's Spencer.
Yeah, but it's Spencer. So 1 out, nobody on, 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Spencer, another swing and a miss, 0-2.
Yeah, Daniel's thrown a 1-hitter so far.
Next pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's popped up out of play. So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on for Black Hills here. Top of the 4th, 4-0 Shelton.
And what's interesting, Daniel hasn't not had a walk yet, thrown a walk.
Did have that one guy
Yeah, the one guy that got a walk, yeah.
But that's okay. Pitch on the way, and that one's a reach and a pop-up. Winans calls everybody off, grabs it, and that's out number 2. Nice job by Cam, just to wave everybody off, says, I got it. I'll take care of it.
And now up is number 2, the catcher, Hank Venable. Hank is 1 for 1. Had a single back in the 2nd inning. Lone hit for Black Hills.
So the first pitch to Venable with 2 out. Outside corner, just a bit outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Venable. Wonder if his full name is Henry. Here's pitch on the way, a ground ball, fair, chopper, picked up by Crossan. He'll glove it, throw to Winans at first, got him, and that's it for the Wolves here in their half of the 4th.
Nice play by the third baseman for Shelton.
Oh, it was Crossan coming in to get it, Jerry.
Oh, excuse me. Let's
right
give
back.
the right person the credit. Daniel Crossan. Thank you.
We'll be right back. It's Mesa Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Kids learn by watching adults, so consume cannabis out of sight of young people. And be a Mason County kid's greatest influence. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and the Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935.
Bottom of the 4th inning, 4-0. Shelton with the lead and coming to bat
is Daniel Crossan. Daniel is 0 for 1, struck out back in the 2nd. He sure did make a nice play there.
Did, yeah.
Covered a lot of ground on that.
And throw him out at first base. So, trying to see if there's any changes on the lineup for Black Hills. Do not notice anything out there that's any different. So Crossan will come up. Daniel will step into the batter's box. Here comes Trevor Cahoon.
Heading over to third base.
This is a very unique park because usually the home team is at third base. Am I right, Jerry? It's usually at third base. And here, home dugout is at first base. Because of the...
That is true. That's
it's just
good
unusual.
observation.
Simpson steps off. Crossan steps off. And now everybody's back, ready to set leadoff batter for the Highclimbers. Here in the fourth. Pitch on the way. It's going to be ball one. So 1-0 to Crossan. Brody Lavery, the third baseman, playing a little in. Pitch on the way, strike one called. So 1-1 to count. Everybody else pretty much straight away, aren't they, Jerry? Just Lavery just in on.
They look like, they're straight away.
Yeah, the third base just a little in. Jerry can't see him because he's Crossan's blocking his view. Here's pitch on the way, outside and high, ball two. 2-1.
Yeah, he's thinking maybe a bunt, try to get on. I don't know.
Yeah. Or maybe he's just too quick. Get anywhere. I don't know. We haven't seen a lot of balls that way, though.
No, we haven't.
So here's pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's headed that way, but it goes foul. So 2-2 the count. To Daniel Crossan leading things off for the Highclimbers here in the fourth inning. They're up 4-0.
Daniel trying to help his cause.
Here's pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's fouled off.
He slowed that one up a lot, didn't he? Change up.
So 2-2 the count remains. To Daniel Crossan, leadoff batter for the Highclimbers here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Up 4-0. Elijah Simpson still on the mound for Black Hills. Here comes pitch. Swing and a ground ball over to third. Backhanded there by Lavery. Throw over to first and in time to get the out.
Well, I think we just learned that the third base was not too bad. Good arm, good catch.
He backhanded that one.
Yes, he did.
So one away.
Yeah.
There's Gunnar Jensen.
Now up is number 13, the third baseman, Gunnar Jensen. And Gunnar was hit by a pitch back in the second inning.
So one out, nobody on for the Highclimbers. Jensen waiting for the first pitch from Simpson. Here it comes. Swings and misses. 0-1.
And Gunnar then was thrown out for the third out in the second inning, trying to steal second.
Here's the next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 0-2. One out, nobody on for Shelton here in the fourth inning. They're up 4-0. Here's the 0-2 to Jensen. Swing, and that one's foul, tipped, and it goes foul. That's kind of a redundant statement there. That's a foul ball. So the count remains no balls in, 2 strikes. To Gunnar Jensen, 1 out, nobody on. Top of the order on deck, and Carl Turnbow. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 called, and that's out number 2.
Okay, and now up, like you said, is number 22, the shortstop, Carl Turnbow. Carl is 0 for 1, had a struck out back in the second, had a walk, and scored a run back in the first, and has a steal.
Turnbow steps in, waits for the first pitch from Simpson. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch on the way. Outside, bounce it in. Ball 1. 1-0 to Turnbow. Pardon me. This pitch on the way. Outside and low, ball 2. 2-0 to Carl Turnbow.
Venable does a nice job back there for the Black Hills as the catcher.
2 out, nobody on. 2 balls, no strikes to Carl Turnbow. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball. Center left. Up against the fence. Turnbow turns the corner, heads to second. Is he going to hold up there? He does.
A stand-up double for Carl Turnbow.
Oh, 2 out, 2.
And now up is Boston Madison, And Boston is 1 for 2. Had an RBI, scored a run also back in the first, and then grounded out to the shortstop in the third.
Turnbow's on second base. 2 out. And Boston Madison steps back into the box to face Simpson one more time. 4-0 ball game. Turnbow on base takes his lead. He's dancing out there. Here's the pitch on the way from Simpson. Inside. Ball 1.
He likes doing that.
No,
he likes intimidating.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know if intimidation is the right word. It's more if you get a little bit of attention drawn this way.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2 to Madison. Outside, ball 2. Nice stop by Venable. Also looking at Turnbow the whole way, making sure he goes back to the bag, not to third. Carl Turnbow at second base, 2 out for the Highclimbers here. 1 on. Pitch on the way. Outside, ball 3. So 3 balls to Boston Madison.
And I would think he's taken here. Let's see what happens.
So 3-0 to Madison. Carl Turnbow at second base, 2 out for the Highclimbers here in the 4th inning. They're leading 4-0. Turnbow still dancing out there. Oh, he's really daring Simpson. Here's the step off by Simpson. Wow.
Yeah, he's thinking. He's having to think a little more out there.
He's getting into Elijah's head there. So Simpson back to the rubber on the mound. Looks back at Turnbow. He starts dancing again. Here's pitch on the way. High and right at the shoulder. Strike 1 called. So 3 balls and 1 strike.
I think he'll be swinging away now.
Okay. Here's the pitch from Simpson. Swing and a fly ball center field. Out there, over the head of the center fielder. And Brandon Turnbow rounds third, heads home, and Madison's heading to third base, Jerry. And that's a stand-up triple with an RBI. Wow, with 2 out to boot. Makes it 5-0.
And that is his second RBI of the ball game for Boston Madison. And now up is number 2, the catcher, Jax Ward. Jax is 1 for 1, has a double, an RBI back in the first, and scored the third run on a walk and a steal.
So Ward will step in. 2 out, 1 in, 1 on. Runner at third base in Boston Madison. Here's the pitch on the way. Ooh, that's a pass ball, and Venables getting 2 with the ball, and Madison comes in to score, making it 6-0.
And that was a wild pitch.
Venable just couldn't get his feet under him.
Yeah,
to
but
get that ball.
It was pretty far out there too, though. But yeah, you're right.
Makes you wonder, maybe he should have some spikes on those shoes, Jerry. Looking at his shoes.
Yeah, they're pretty
flat.
Good observation.
Here's the pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2, 2-0 to Jax Ward. 2 in, 2 out. Nobody on for the Climbers here in their half of the 4th. They're leading 6-0. Just eking away here, Jerry, are the Climbers. Here's the 2-0. Ward swings, pops one up, out of play over our heads. 2-1 to Jax Ward. I'm wondering if this is a case of you forgot the right shoes by Venable, or is he just prefer not to have the spikes on? That's possible too.
And I'm not sure how many of the fields are artificial like ours.
Well, more than you would think. Here's a kick in the throw. Swing, and that one's fouled off. 2-2 the count to Jax Ward. You got a good point though, Jerry. I'm trying to think to the fields around the area, and aside from say the rack, right? In the Olympia area, I don't know if there's any artificial turf.
That's the one I know of. Yeah. Of course, Stevens Field is not artificial, and I played on that one a lot.
Okay. Here's the 2-2 to Ward. He'll swing and line one foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Should take a trip around all the stadiums to see what's what, so I know. Jerry does a lot more of this than I do, because he plays in a rec league, right?
Yeah, I play in a league, 16 over league.
6-0 is our score here between Black Hills and Shelton. Shelton on top, 2 out, nobody on. Jack Ward, the batter. He has a 2-2 count. A lot of 2s out there, Jerry.
Yes, there is.
There's a pitch on the way. Oh, just a bit low and outside. That makes the count full. So, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 in. Nobody on for the Highclimbers. And number 2, Jack Ward, still at bat with that full count. Like I said, a lot of 2s. There's the pitch on the way. Swing, that was fouled back, and the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Jax is making him work. What's the pitch count now?
Oh, the pitch count now is, I'm going to look at it here, 94.
Ooh, boy. That's pretty darn high.
Sure, they wanted to get him to the 5th. Here's a pitch on the way. Low and away, and Ward heads to first base, excuse me. And that's a 2-out walk.
And speaking of walks, Cam Winans is up, the first baseman, number 24, and he's gone on twice by way of a walk, and he scored one of the runs.
I'm thinking we're getting a pitching change, and it looks like number 30, Joel Beldo, coming out. He pitched against Aberdeen on the 29th of April. That was an 11-0 loss. He went 3 1/3 innings, 3 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, faced 20 batters. That's Joel Beldo's line, and he'll take over in a moment. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
What is gig speed internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you that it's marathoning movies on your favorite streaming service with no interruptions, or having the grandkids over and not hearing a single complaint about your Wi-Fi. In other words, it's just what you needed. Switch to gig speed internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
New pitcher for Black Hills Wolves is Joel Beldo.
Yeah, and Elijah Simpson threw 3 innings, 3 3/4 innings, or 2/3 innings, excuse me. Do the math correctly. And he he walked 3, and he 6 hits off of him.
So Jack Ward is on first base as Beldo takes over. He'll face Cam Winans with 2 out, 1 on, 2 in for the Highclimbers here in the bottom of the 4th. Go ahead.
And here's a perfect example. He's 0 for 0. That's coming up. And he's had 2 walks, very productive.
0 for 0. This doesn't sound right.
I know it doesn't sound right.
Jack Ward at first base. He'll take a lead over there. 2 out. 1 on. Cam Winans waits for the first pitch from Joel Beldo. Pitch on the way. It's outside and high, ball 1. Ward takes a step back to the bag over there. First base takes a 3-step lead. There's another one. Here's a pitch on the way. Outside again, ball 2, 2-0. To Cam Winans. 2 out, 2 on, or 2 out, 1 on, 2 in. Getting ahead of myself. Winans with 2 balls, throw to first, and Ward is back safely with a head first dive. Here's the 2-0 to Winans. Swing and a fly ball that hooks foul towards the mini dome. 2-1. Wondering when they design these new these roofs on the new additions to the mini dome, do they consider the balls that hit the roof from the baseball field and the roof? I'm wondering.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Maybe I'll ask that next time I see the facilities guys. Ward takes the lead at first. Pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball over towards second base. Scooped up there. Throw to first, and that will be that for the Highclimbers here in the fourth. They do add 2. Leave 1. We head to the fifth. 6-0. Shelton, Black Hills coming up on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
With all the question marks and uncertainty that surrounds today's real estate market, it is nice to know that there is a local team that has the experience with all types of markets to ensure you make a sound decision, whether selling or buying. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has been a staple in the Mason County community for over 40 years. Feel free to reach out to Jeff, Andy, Chrissy, or Laura with any real estate questions that you may have. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
And we're in the 5th inning of play, Jerry.
Yeah, Shelton had 2 runs on 2 hits, a double and a triple. There was no errors, nobody left on base, and there was 1 walk. And leading off for Black Hills here in the top of the 5th will be Brody Lavery, the 3rd baseman, and he is 0 for 1, grounded out to the 3rd baseman back in the 2nd.
All right, 6-0 is our score. Shelton on top. Black Hills coming up. As as Jerry had mentioned, Daniel Crossan still on the mound for the Highclimbers. And Lavery will step in, wait for the first pitch. Here it comes. Swings and line drive right to the glove of Winans. Just reached over to his left and grabbed it. 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 away. For the Wolves.
Yeah. And now up is Jesse Keith, number 16, the 2nd baseman. He's 0 for 1, flew out to the right fielder back in the 2nd.
So just to update you on Crossan's pitch count, is that 45, 46?
That's pretty darn
46,
good.
46, yeah.
That's pretty good.
First pitch in there is a strike. To Keith. Keith waits for the next one, swings and pops one out of play. Over our heads, 0-2 quickly. 1 out, nobody on for the Wolves from Black Hills.
And Daniel Crossan still pitching, a 1-hitter.
Next pitch on the way to Keith. He swings, he pops one up center field. Out there to get it on the run a little bit is Jacoby, and that's out number 2.
Yeah, and Jacob plays a great center field.
He looked like he wanted to do more than just trot over there and grab it.
Yeah, nonchalantly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, number 26, the first baseman, Jake Langen, is up, and he's 0 for 1, struck out back in the 2nd.
Holds that bat high around the helmet. Here's first pitch to Langen, swings and fouls one over our heads. So up against the screen. 0-1 to Langen. Is that in the glove? Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to protect you.
Yeah, well, I'd have to barehand that one because here's a pitch on the way. Outside, ball 1, 1-1 to Langen. 2 out, nobody on for Black Hills here. Top of the 5th inning, 6-0. The Highclimbers with the lead. Black Hills at bat. Here's next offering. Strike. Down the middle of the plate. 1-2.
Yeah, that hit the bottom of the strike zone.
It did. A little help with the framing from Jack Ward, but that's all right. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a line drive foul at the third baseline.
Boy, that was a shot.
Yeah, it was a shot. Got the young ladies walking over there beyond the fence to duck, but it hit the fence. So count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. The things I noticed, Jerry, just, you know.
What?
Strange things that I noticed. Here's a pitch on the way. Fastball. That one swung and popped this direction. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Langen. And Jake's battling here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on for Black Hills. Here's the pitch to Langen from crossing outside and away. Ball 2, 2-2.
Yeah, Jake Langen is the 8th hitter in the lineup for the Black Hill Wolves.
Next pitch on the way, fastball right back to crossing. He'll trot towards first, underhanded to Winans, and that will do it for the Wolves here in the 5th. We head to the bottom of the frame. 6-0. Shelton coming up with the lead.
Kids can't tell when food or drinks include cannabis, especially when the package is fun and colorful. Remember to store in a safe place, out of sight and out of reach. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give us a like on your favorite social media. You can use the handle @MasonWebTV to find us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Subscribe and follow Mason Web TV so you never miss anything.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Bottom of the 5th inning we go. 6-0. Shelton with the lead, and coming up
is Jacob Jacoby, the center fielder, number 7. And Jacob is 1 for 2. Flew out to the right fielder in the first, got a single back in the third, has an RBI.
Got a substitute coming. Okay. 15. All right, so Tinsley, Jake Tinsley, 15 for 1. Parkinson. Oh, all right.
Okay, so 15's in the ball game. Okay.
So 15 and 16. Okay, so we'll figure that out in just a moment here, Jerry, as he puts on his headset again, as we got a nice explanation from our home plate umpire.
Yeah.
And here's Jacob Jacoby to lead things off for the Highclimbers here in the bottom of the 5th. So Baldo taking his time here. Here comes the pitch. Low, ball 1. To Jacoby. Just wanted to get something right here. So number 15, Jake Tinsley, is over at second base. And next pitch on the way to Jacoby inside, ball 2. 2-0 to Jacob Jacoby.
So Jake Tinsley is at second base. Okay.
Yeah, for Keith. And here's the next pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's foul straight back. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jacob Jacoby, the leadoff batter for the Highclimbers here in the bottom of the 5th inning. I'm still trying to figure out where the other change is, Cherry, for number 1.
Yeah, he told me,
it
but I didn't
short?
catch it.
Is it short? Must be short. Yeah, he's at short. Okay, so no, that's Parkinson. Never mind. All right, so ball 3. I'm still trying to figure out what he said.
Yeah.
Here's the next pitch on the way. And there's a leadoff walk for Jacob Jacoby. 1 on, nobody out for the Highclimbers here.
And now up is number 30, Zane Scott, the right fielder. And Zane is 0 for 2. Flew out to the second baseman in the first, struck out in the third. And Zane is one of the 3 seniors that was recognized tonight before the game.
First pitch was ball 1. Sorry, Jerry, I was just trying to make some adjustments here
Okay.
to my lineup board. Next pitch on the way. I'm sorry. It's not. Okay. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 on. Jacob Jacoby over at first base for the Highclimbers. Pitch on the way, swinging a fly ball that's going to go foul behind us. 1-1. Tinsley is at second, so I'm not sure why he said 1, which is Parkinson. He's still at shortstop, Jerry, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, he plays a pretty good shortstop, so I can't see him being placed.
Yeah, here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Scott. So 1-2. Again, Jacob Jacoby at first base. Zane Scott is the batter. Nobody out. 1 on. Bottom of the 5th, 6-0 Shelton. Highclimbers at Zane Scott at bat. Here's the pitch on the way. Ooh, that's behind Scott.
Nice stop there by Venable, Hank Venable, who's had a pretty good game.
Yeah, he has.
He's got the lone single for the Black Hills.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Zane Scott. He steps back in. 1 on, nobody out. Jacob Jacoby at first base. Beldo gets the sign from Venable. Pitch on the way. Inside. Count is full, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, 1 on. Jacob Jacoby at first base. Zane Scott's the batter. Highclimbers at bat, leading 6-0 here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way. Outside. And 2
Second walk in a row.
And runners at first and second now for the Highclimbers.
And now up is your second baseman, number 9, Zane Harding. And Zane is 1 for 2, had an RBI back in the 3rd, and flew out in the 2nd to the first baseman. So 1 for 2.
So Harding steps in. Got Jacob Jacoby at second base. Zane Scott at first. Zane Harding at bat. Jacoby is Beldo just stepped off. Just get Jacoby back to the bag. He's out there doing a little bit of his best impression of Carl Turnbow, dancing around there. Runners take their leads. Pitch on the way. It's going to be high. Ball 1. Runners back to the bag. As Venable made sure everybody went back to their bag. Scott takes his lead at first. Jacoby at second. Harding waits for the 1-0. Steps out of the batter's box.
Yeah, the Highclimbers have 6 hits so far in the ball game.
Pitch on the way, swing and a line drive that drops into left field for a base hit, and the bases are loaded.
That was a shot by Zane Harding, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sure was. And this is Drew Helser coming up, Jerry.
Ah, and he's batting in place of Daniel Crossan, huh?
Okay, so Helser 0 for 1 against WF West on Wednesday.
Okay.
But he's in with the bases loaded, no outs for the Highclimbers here. Helser steps in, waits for the first pitch from Beldo. 6-0. Nobody out. Here's the pitch on the way. Fastball swing and a foul off. Tip of the bat, as they say. Strike 1. 0-1 to Helser. Bases are loaded. Jacoby at third. Zane Scott at second, and Zane Harding at first for the Highclimbers. Great opportunity to add on to their 6-0 lead here. Pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball center field, shallow. Under it is Tinsley to record the out, and that's out number 1. And the runner's held. Gunnar Jensen, Jerry.
Yep, yeah, Gunnar Jensen is now up, the third baseman, number 13. He is 0 for 1, struck out back in the fourth, and was hit by a pitch in the second.
3 on, 1 out. Boy, if I just read the board right, it would be fine. Here's a pitch on the way. Jensen will hit a ground ball to shortstop, throw to second for the out there. Run comes in to score, and the runners are safe at the corners. So that does make it 7-0 now.
Yeah, Jacob Jacoby came in on that one.
So 2 out now. Here's top of the order and Carl Turnbow. Runners at first and third. 1 in, 2 on, 2 out.
And Turnbow had a double back in the fourth. He scored 2 runs so far, had a walk in the first and a steal, and he is 1 for 2.
Here's a pitch to Turnbow, high. Ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Runners at first and third. Zane Scott is at third. Gunnar Jensen's at first. 1 in for the Highclimbers here, leading 7-0. Carl Turnbow waits for the next pitch. That's inside. That hit him, so that'll load the bases again. And Carl heads to first base. Jensen heads to second, and Scott is still at third. And here's Boston, Madison, Jerry, and all the seniors.
Yeah, and Boston is 2 for 3, has a single, has a triple, has 2 RBIs. So doing a nice job tonight.
Boston will step in. 2 out, 3 on, 1 in for the Highclimbers here in their half of the 5th inning. Leading 7-0. There's pitch on the way. Ooh, that's high. Ball 1 to Boston Madison. Zane Scott is at third. Gunnar Jensen's at second. Carl Turnbow at first for the Highclimbers. Boston Madison is the batter. He has 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball. That's going to go over our heads. Out of play. 1-1 the count to Boston Madison. Boston will step back in. Again, runners at first, second, and third. 2 away for the Highclimbers here. 1 in. 7-0 ball game. And Boston Madison will step out. Calling timeout. Highclimbers looking for their second win over the Black Hills Wolves here this season. Playing them tomorrow as well. There's a pitch on the way. And that was a low. That's ball 2. So 2-1 to Boston Madison. Turnbow's at first. Jensen's at second. Scott is at third. 2 down, 1 in. Boston Madison has a ground ball. It's going to be gloved there by Parkinson. Throw to first. Got him. And the Highclimbers can't get another one in, but they do get one. They leave, 3. And we head to the 6th. Shelton 7, Black Hills nothing. Wolves coming up.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
What is fiber internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you it's just internet. Internet that can do whatever you need. Crystal clear video chats with the family, smooth streaming of your favorite shows, uploading a ton of vacation photos in an instant. even all of the above, all at once. Switch to fiber internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months of gig speed service. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
So we head to the top of the 6th inning. The lineup change. New pitcher for the High Climbers is Boston Madison. He takes over on the mound. Zane Scott moves over to left field. Drew Helser is in right field. Otherwise, everything else is the same. And let's see if do I have any information on Boston's last outing as a pitcher. Yes, he pitched against WF West on Wednesday. Went to 3 2/3 innings. 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, faced 17 batters. To sum it up pretty well, Jerry.
Yeah, and Daniel Cross, like I said, had a one-hitter, just an amazing game. And so congratulations to Daniel. And now leading off for Black Hills is Adley Goebel.
Sorry, I keep hitting the wrong microphone there, Jerry. All right.
So top of 6, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
top of the 6, 7-0. High Climbers, his first pitch to a Goebel.
Yeah, the High Climbers had a shot to do a lot more damage there back in the bottom of the 5th.
Here's pitch on the way. Inside ball 2-0 to Goebel. Leadoff batter for Black Hills here in the top of the 6th. 7-0 High Climbers on top. Black Hills at bat. Here's pitch on the way. And Madison is throwing 3 balls here, trying to find the right location here to Goebel. 3 balls, no strikes. To Adley Goebel. Shows bunt. Takes a strike 1. So
he heard you. He heard you.
Sure he did. Sure he did. He found the location that time either way. So 3 balls, 1 strike. To Goebel, the leadoff batter for the Wolves from Black Hills. Inside, and that's the leadoff walk. So Goebel will head to first base.
Yes.
It's
Now up is your leadoff hitter, number 1, Cooper Parkinson, and he's the shortstop. Has done a nice job tonight in the field. He's 0 for 2.
A little ground ball to third base. Jensen with it over to Winans at first. And that's out number 1. However, on the play, the runner makes his way over to third base. Goebel, or second base, excuse me. Boy, get it right. Goebel is on second with 1 out.
And that was a nice stretch there by Cam Winans on that. And now up is number 11, Blaine Thomas, the left fielder, who is 0 for 1, got hit by a pitch back in the first.
Swung at the first pitch, and it's popped up foul out of play at the third base line. It knocked him over, too. He swung so hard he slipped down on the turf. Well, I noticed that the Wolves there's no spikes on many of their shoes here.
Of the Black Hills players?
That's what I'm noticing. Here's the next pitch on the way. Check swing, but that's strike 2 called, so 0-2. To Blaine Thomas, runner at second base, takes his lead out there. That's Goebel. Here's pitch on the way. Bounce low and outside, ball 1-2 to Thomas. 1 out, 1 on for Black Hills here. Top of the 6th, trailing 7-0. Pitch on the way. A little ground ball. It's gonna roll just foul. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Goebel's got some speed there, Jerry. He made it all the way to third and was around in the corner there when he had to go back. So there's dangerous.
Probably good to let that go foul, too.
Yeah, well, I don't know, only 1 out. Could have got him easily to third. That'd be Goebel. But Thomas heads back home. Has a 1-2 count again. Swing and a miss. And it'll be out number 2 for Black Hills.
And now up is number 12, your third hitter this inning, or fourth hitter this inning, Lincoln Brannon. And Lincoln has struck out twice, 0 for 2.
First pitch, little ground ball, chopper that will be picked up by Ward. Ward will one-handed throw it over to first, just in time to beat the runner, and that will be that for the Wolves. They do leave one out there at second. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Shelton 7, Black Hills nothing. Highclimbers coming up on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Kids can't tell when food or drinks include cannabis, especially when the package is fun and colorful. Remember to store in a safe place, out of sight and out of reach. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being made possible by Mason Health, United Community, Empowered People, Exceptional Health.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
Bottom of the 6th inning we go. 7-0 Shelton with the lead, and the Highclimbers are coming up here.
Yes, and leading off will be Jax Ward, the catcher. Am I correct there?
Well, didn't Jax? Well, maybe. Let's double check.
His Helser came in.
Right.
But I'm not sure. Let's see here what's going on.
We might have some. Yeah, it is Jax.
Yeah, Jax Ward is up.
All right. You're
and
right.
Jax has been on all 3 times. Had a double in the first. Had a walk and a steal in the 3rd, had a walk in the 4th. So he's been on 3 times.
So Ward will step in. His team up 7-0 here. Bottom of the 6th. Ward leading things off. Here's the first pitch on the way, outside and high, ball 1. 1-0 to Ward. Here's a kick in the throw again from Beldo. A fly ball left field high and long, and see you later home run. Jax Ward with a solo home run to lead off the 6th. And a nice hand from the crowd here as the senior rounds 3rd and heads home on a home run.
Yeah, look at that.
330 feet over there to left field.
Wow. He's had quite a night.
He has.
Double, 2 walks, and now a home run.
There's Cam Winans.
Yeah.
Nobody out, 1 in for the Highclimbers here in the bottom of the 6th, leading 8-0 now.
And Cam has been on twice, 2 walks, and then grounded out to the second baseman back at the 4th. Cam Winans, first baseman.
First pitch to Winans outside, and ball 1.
And I know I'm repeating myself, but Cam also plays a good first base.
He does. I don't think he's really found his groove this year.
Huh?
I don't think he's found his groove this year. Fully got to found his groove this year. Pitch on the way outside again, same spot, high and away. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Cam Winans. It's 8-0 here. Shelton on top. 1 in, nobody out. There is going to be ball 3, so 3-0 to Cam Winans.
It'll be interesting to see if he's going to be taking here. He's cleanup hitter. He's got a lot of power. We'll see what happens.
Here's the 3-0. That'll be a walk. So Cam on base again.
Yeah, and now up is your center fielder, number 7, Jacob Jacoby. And Jacob is 1 for 2. Had a single and RBI in the 3rd and walked and scored a run in the 5th.
1 on, 1 in for the Highclimbers here. Bottom of the 6th. First pitch to Jacoby is a foul tip. 0-1. On-plate umpire is going to head out to Joe Beldo. hand off the ball to him. Usually you get a kind of a warning on those things, but I think you just want to take a break there from play. I think I'll try it out.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
It's like I should stand up for a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, standing and sitting. So 0-1 to Jacob Jacoby. Cam Winans at first base. Nobody out, one in for the Highclimbers here. That's ball 1-1. Here's the next pitch on the way. Line drive up the first base line. The first baseman couldn't get to it, and Jacoby's safe at first. Winans is safe at second. Has a good try by Langen there, but he just couldn't get it in his glove and couldn't corral it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give it an error. And now up is Zane Scott, and Zane is got on base once. Flew out to the second baseman, struck out in the third, and got a walk in the fifth.
So Jacoby at first, Winans at second, Zane Scott the batter. Nobody out, one in. Pitch on the way. Swings and pops that one high out the screen over our head. Well, heard that one before I said it. So 0-1 to Zane Scott.
I like the sportsmanship by the people that are on deck, ready to hit next.
Go get the
they're
ball.
helping out the umpire.
Go get that ball.
Yep.
And they don't just trot over there. They run. They sprint. So here's the 0-1 to Zane Scott. Again, runners at first and second. Nobody out. One run in here in the sixth inning, making it 8-0. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Scott. A little bit late on that pitch. 0-2. Excuse me. And Scott will step back in.
But no outs.
No outs. Winans over there at second base takes the lead. Jacoby at first. He'll take a lead there. Joel Beldo on the mound for Black Hills. Here comes the pitch to Zane Scott up the middle. It's going to get into center field. Nope, it's going to be gloved there. Throw over to first. He's safe and the bases are loaded. Nice play by Parkinson. Just
it was a nice play by him.
In time to get the out, so the bases are loaded. Here's Zane Harding.
And now the other Zane Harding, like you said, is a second baseman, number 9. He is 2 for 3, 2 singles, has an RBI.
Winans is at third. Jacoby's at second. And Zane Scott is at first. Zane Harding is the batter. Nobody out, one in for the Highclimbers here in the sixth. Here's a pitch on the way. Outside. Ooh, painted that corner. 0-1. Wow. Just hit that over that corner. Here's the 0-1. For Harding. Pitch on the way. That's going to be the low ball 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. 1 in, 3 on. Winans, Jacoby, and Scott from third over to first. Zane Harding with a 1-1 count. There's a pitch on the way. Swing and a foul tip. 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, 3 on, 1 in for the Highclimbers here. Bottom of the sixth, leading 8-0. Beldo gets a sign that he wanted. Here's the pitch on the way. Oh, that's a passed ball there. The runners are not going to go. As Venable did a good job getting to it that time. 2-2.
He's quick back there.
Yeah, had his footing that time. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Zane Harding. Nobody out, 3 on. 1 run has already scored here in this bottom of the sixth. There's a pitch on the way. It's going to be ball 3. So count is full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, 3 on. pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball. It's going to go foul. Count remains 3-2. Cam Winans is at third base. Jacob Jacoby is at second. Zane Scott is at first. And the batter again is Zane Harding with the full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out for the Highclimbers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 8-0 is their score. Shelton on top and at bat. Here's the pitch on the way. Strike 3 called, and that's out number 1. So 1 down for the Highclimbers. Here is Drew Helser.
Yep. And he is 0 for 1, flew out to the second baseman back in the 4th.
So again, the bases are still loaded. 1 out, 1 in. First pitch to Helser. High, ball 1.
Gunnar Jensen is on deck for the Highclimbers.
Again, Winans third, Jacoby second, Scott first. Helser waits for the next pitch. It's gonna be 2 balls, no strikes.
Now this is the second inning in a row that the Highclimbers have had the bases loaded.
Here's the 2 ball and a strike pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a ground ball. That's going to go over to Parkinson. It's short. Throw to second for the out there. Run comes in. Throw to first. Did they get him? They got a double play there, so the run does not count. So that will do it for the Highclimbers. They do get 1 on the leadoff solo homer by Jax Ward. We head to the 7th inning, 8-0. Highclimbers on the top. Black Hills down to the last 3 outs.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how. With all the question marks and uncertainty that surrounds today's real estate market, it is nice to know that there is a local team that has the experience with all types of markets to ensure you make a sound decision, whether selling or buying. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has been a staple in the Mason County community for over 40 years. Feel free to reach out to Jeff, Andy, Chrissy, or Laura with any real estate questions that you may have. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
And we're back here, Jerry.
We've got a substitute. Number 7 is going to be hitting first, and that is Willie Kaite. I'm saying that right, I hope?
I believe so, yeah. Willie versus Aberdeen on the 30th. 0 for 1. And we're in the top of the 7th inning, 8-0. Shelton in control here. Black Hills trying to get something going here late in the ball game.
And this is Willie Kaite's first time up to bat today.
Can face Boston. Oh, for 24. All right. Goes in for Trent Spencer. But Kaite will step in, lead things off for the Wolves here in top of the 7th inning. Pitch on the way from Boston Madison. Strike 1 call. Kaite watched it come in. Going to step back in. Next pitch for Madison. Same place as the last time. Strike 2 called. 0-2 to Kaite. Leadoff batter for the Wolves from Black Hills. pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's going to be knocked foul up against the brick wall over there.
Yeah. Hit the back of
wow, I don't know
one of the persons sitting there.
I don't know how he got it over the fence, but not hit the brick wall.
I don't know how he got. Yeah,
it was
how
weird.
did he get over that fence?
I don't know. So 0-2 still the count. There's a changeup outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That was a line shot. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
It's weird. That's just weird. Hit the brick wall though. That's strange.
It is. Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Kaita. Outside, it's going to be ball 2. So 2-2. To Willie. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter for Black Hills here in the top of the 7th. 8-0. High Climbers with the lead. Black Hills at bat. Your next pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's fouled up. Oh boy, knocked my camera off its mounts there, Jerry. Oh boy, that's the first time that's happened all season. I'm sorry, folks. We'll have to fix that here in a moment. We'll do it the old school way. Boy, that just hit the right spot to knock it off. It's all right, Jerry, didn't break it. Here's the next pitch on the way. Swing and a line drive right to Turnbow. It's short. He'll gather it in, throw it across to Winans at first. Touch the bag. That's out number 1.
Nice throw. Nice catch there by Winans.
So 1 down. Do I have time to go get it here? Number 2.
Number 2 is up, and this is the catcher, Hank Venables. And Hank has the lone single or lone hit. He's 1 for 2 for Black Hills.
I'm going to let Jerry do all the calls here. First pitch on the way to Venables low.
Okay.
Ball 1.
All right. Okay. 1-0 is the count. In there for a strike. 1-1. 1 out. No runners on. And a foul ball, and that will make it 1-2 on Venables. Last chance for the Wolves.
All right, I'm back. What do we got here?
1-2.
2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch on the way outside. It's going to be ball 3, isn't it? No, 2 balls. You're right, Jerry. You're right the whole time. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. All right, here we go. Outside, strike 3 called. That's out number 2 for Black Hills. Thank you, Jerry, for covering my
You're welcome.
Get the picture back.
It's fun.
So 2 down.
And let's see, number 37, Brody Lavery, the third baseman, is up. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out to the third baseman and flew out to the first baseman in the last inning.
Swings and misses at the first pitch to him. You know, all season long, we've had so many balls come close to the camera, never knocked it off its mount.
That was the first time.
That was the first time. That's interesting. Here's the next pitch. Outside corner, strike 2 called. 0-2 to Lavery. 2 out, nobody on for Black Hills, trailing 8-0 here, top of the 7th.
And Boston Madison is under control. He's got it.
Next pitch in there, just off for ball 1. 1-2. People wonder why I keep that ladder around, Jerry, so I can fix the camera. Here's the 1 ball, 2 strikes pitch. Strike 3 called.
Hit that outside corner.
Just at the strike zone, and that will be that for the Wolves here in the ball game. And the final is 8-0. We will take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Jerry will have some totals for us here on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Kids learn by watching adults, so consume cannabis out of sight of young people. And be a Mason County kid's greatest influence. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and the Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give us a like on your favorite social media. You can use the handle @MasonWebTV to find us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Subscribe and follow Mason Web TV so you never miss anything.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD 3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
What is fiber internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you it's just internet. Internet that can do whatever you need. Crystal clear video chats with the family, smooth streaming of your favorite shows, uploading a ton of vacation photos in an instant. Even all of the above, all at once. Switch to fiber internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months of gig speed service. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
Kids can't tell when food or drinks include cannabis, especially when the package is fun and colorful. Remember to store in a safe place, out of sight and out of reach. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935. With all the question marks and uncertainty that surrounds today's real estate market, it is nice to know that there is a local team that has the experience with all types of markets to ensure you make a sound decision whether selling or buying. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has been a staple in the Mason County community for over 40 years. Feel free to reach out to Jeff, Andy, Chrissy, or Laura with any real estate questions that you may have. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
Well, it's a final here at Highclimber Field. The Shelton Highclimbers knock off the Black Hills Wolves 8-0 here to keep their, to maintain their third place standings. In the standings, I should say. Need to make third or better to hit the district playoff pigtail game, and that we know will be set if they get there. They have to win tomorrow as well to give them the best chance. But Jerry has some totals from this game, don't you, Jerry?
I do, Diedrich. Nice job out there, play-by-play. Black Hills had no runs on one hit. They left 3 on base. So, now one hit was by Hank Venable, who also did he got a single and also did a nice job behind home plate. For the Shelton Highclimbers, they had 10 hits. And let's go through that. Carl Turnbow had a double, was 1 for 2. Boston Madison was 2 for 4, had a triple. Jax Ward was 2 for 2, had a home run. Cam Winans was 1 for 2, had a triple. Jacob Jacoby was 1 for 3. Zane Scott was 1 for 3. Zane Harding was 2 for 4. And that adds up in my scorebook as 10 hits. Now, here's the interesting thing. There was no errors. I don't have any errors.
Well, I think they gave
Is there one?
I don't know where they got it, but there's one error. I guess it was on that one play off the hop that they called.
Yes, okay.
I don't know, Jerry.
Yeah, I think that might have been. Yeah, they could have called that an error. Exactly.
You're forgetting Jax Ward's double.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. He did have a double in the first inning, and, of course, he had the home run in the 6th. So he was 2 for 2, along with 2 walks. And
2 RBIs.
scored
Boston Madison
twice.
Also batted in a couple of runs. Zane Harding had an RBI as well. Jacob Jacoby with an RBI. And Gunnar Jensen with an RBI.
Yeah, and the other thing I want to mention, Daniel Crossan had a 1-hitter. He threw 1 walk. Wow, that's good. He pitched 5 innings?
5 innings, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Faced 17 batters. He did hit that one guy in the, with a pitch. It doesn't put it down.
There was one hit batter.
Boston Madison, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. He's faced 7 batters.
Nice job.
Yeah, good job.
Bought
pitching.
both. Yeah.
So the teams will play again tomorrow in Tumwater at Black Hills High School.
Okay.
I believe that's a 4:30 first pitch if you're interested in heading to Tumwater. Let's see here. Our next broadcast is tomorrow when the North Mason baseball team hosts Olympic. First pitch is 4:15 tomorrow. I believe that's also senior night for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, probably is because being the last,
I know it is for the
last
girls on Thursday, but I'm pretty sure that it is.
It is.
Tomorrow, and we'll be on hand for that one. Anything else to add there, Jerry?
No, it's been a good game. The weather's been beautiful.
Yeah, like it like this. We don't have to worry about a tent.
I like it.
Don't have to worry about the extra layers which we bring. We don't put on, which is perfectly fine. Jerry's in shorts. I mean, hey, that's all. It's all good. It's all good, right?
Thank you.
All right, and that will do it for us here at Highclimber Field. My thanks to Jerry Apple for his help with today's broadcast and that batter that he did call play-by-play for. Final score again, Shelton 8, Black Hills nothing. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Belfair. You've been watching High School Sports on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
The preceding presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has been brought to you by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason County Public Health and Human Services Prevention Education Partners Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition. Mason PUD 3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge. Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health.
Thanks for watching Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.